Hello, how's it going, folks? Can I get a 5x5? We need an audio and visual check before we can start proceedings. That'd be seriously good. Whilst we wait for that. Oh, so good. Okay. Awesome. You can see and hear me, and that's really important. Right, no sweat. I'm going to come out of the chat and what we got 500 already. Wow, that's awesome. If you can share the video, that really helps. I am being shadow banned. If you don't know what shadow banned is, it seems weird, but all I can say is from what I've been experiencing and friends and subscribers etc have been informing me about. Yes, notifications don't go out. People have found out they've been unsubscribed. People go to hit the thumbs up and it won't work. People go to look at the description box below and they can't access it. People's comments are being removed or deleted. And some people are finding themselves blocked. So all of these things are coming under the guise of shadow banned. Now, if you can help in any way, I would seriously appreciate it, because it seems that every video that I do, it automatically gets demonetized and I have to appeal automatically. I can understand if I was showing violence during a riot, maybe the terms and conditions, but excuse me, it's every single video now. So it's really important that you guys share the video. WhatsApp and Facebook are key players. So if you're watching and you use Facebook and WhatsApp, if you can click the share thing underneath and share it in your groups, I'm not joking, it really does go a long way, because we are trying to keep our head above the water. Now, whilst we are waiting for all of you good guys and girls to come on board, the notifications are currently being sent right out now, and hopefully you got yours. If you're in the live chat, let us know if you received your notification. All right, that would really help. So yes, as promised, I had a little break for a few days, and my God, what a few things have happened. What a few things. Yes. And we got a lot to talk about, because when we look at it, we are literally 8 days away to the big day. What am I talking about? Some of you are new, and we're going to go on to that real quick. The Paris Olympics. Moreover, the opening ceremony. Lots of things are going to change. If you're unaware about all of this, you may have to go back and watch my earlier videos about this, because otherwise I'm just going to constantly be repeating myself. Some of the guys and the regulars in the chat might have to give you a heads up of what's coming down, but it ain't looking good. And we are already seeing the wheels in motion about the Paris Olympics already underway already. So before we get into that, the video that I done about the Trump shooting, yes, it seems like so much has happened since then, right? Well, that video, 552 subscribers unsubscribed from this YouTube channel because they got absolutely triggered about what I was asking people to just look into and to use their own mind. That was it. And yeah, they lost the plot. They couldn't handle it, and off they trotted. Well, that's fine, because guess what? Since I lost over 500,000 YouTube subscribers, I have gained 1,863. So it just goes to show, if you stay on the right path and you crack on with what you believe in and you do your best, things always turn for the good. So how cool is that? So I'm going to say now, welcome to all new subscribers. You're going to find an awesome community in the live chat. The moderators are fantastic, but they don't take no shit. They don't. Okay. All I ask is you be respectful in your comments. Don't be rude. Don't be a troll. Don't be goading and all of the rest of it, because it just won't be tolerated. We've got a great community and we're trying to keep it that way. Okay, so like I said, if you're new here, this, by some weird chain of events, has turned into being my main job, my livelihood. So as you can imagine, when I just mentioned being shadow banned, it's very, very difficult to literally keep on afloat and to continue to create content for YouTube. I like to call it woke tube. And I know some of you already understand what I'm saying. So if you can, you don't have to, but if you can support the channel in any way, there are links underneath the video. I think there's PayPal, Ko-fi, and Buy Me a Coffee. And of course, super thanks in the replay, and all of the super chat and super stickers are already enabled in the live stream chat. And lots of you do. And I can't begin to tell you how grateful I am. A big shout out to a regular helper, Carl McPhee. I seriously appreciate what you just done before we went live, because it's been such a mad week. It's been insane. So I really appreciate all of your support about keeping this going, because at the end of the day, we are trying to make as many people as possible aware of what's really going on when we cut through all of the bullshit that is mainstream media. Shout out to loads of you new subscribers who are over there in Ireland, and you guys are awesome. And I've been doing some research about what's been going on in Ireland, and a few months ago now, something was passed in their government over there that basically what's been going on in Ireland is very hard to get out. They are literally censoring and shutting down free speech in Ireland. It's that bad. So if any of us over here, I'm in Wales, I've got friends in England who report about all of this important stuff. We will be by your side. We will be helping you as we move forward through these frigging dystopian times. And they are. If you've been personally affected, you know what I'm talking about. It's happening everywhere. It's not just here in the UK, it's global now. And we're going to get through some of these things. Also, if you are new, please click more or show more, and you can find the link which will subscribe you to a newsletter, which I will be doing this Monday. Last Monday was crazy. So many things were happening. But this Monday, I promise there will be a newsletter going out. So all you need to do is put your name and an email address. It doesn't even have to be your real name. You can just make up an email address just for that if you want to. Okay. Everything's safe, secure. It's not a problem at all. And like I have 6,000, I think it's 400 at the last count. So the subscriber base for the newsletters is growing, and it's all totally free. Speaking about stuff, like I said, if you click show more under the video, there's loads of links to give you huge discounts on awesome kit and equipment like these brilliant Lifesaver water filters, which filters out anything and everything. There's 10% off. Go and do it, because when that runs out at the end of August, the price is going to go higher. So that's for the new guys. Thanks to everyone who's been helping out with that. You've got yourself a bargain. Seriously good kit. Okay. So bring ourselves up to date. The Windows Cloud IT Global. Yes. How? I'm going to come into the chat now, because we got 1,000 people. Wow, that was quick. Thanks for sharing. Hit the thumbs up as well. That's really cool. I'm going into the chat right now. What have you personally experienced due to this global IT issue? Has it affected you personally? It hasn't really affected me, although I can't go into Canva and to create thumbnail artwork. As you can see on the thumbnail, it's just a picture. I can't get in there. It says something about not secure. So I need to look into that, probably Monday. So yeah, have you guys noticed anything that's affected you on the Windows front of things? Sandy, good to see you, mate. Cornish Bob, awesome. But yes, but it's weird, because we've spoke about this before. We've spoke about this before. Now, whether you agree with me or not, I don't mind. It's fine. All I'm saying is my personal opinion, and I'm hoping that lots of you would agree, but like I say, you don't have to. 2020 was an exercise. 2020, lots of things happened, and lots of data was being gathered from different countries around the world for different things. So when they released this training exercise, you can go back to Event 201, 2019, which basically outlined all of the things which happened in 2020. So by that definition alone, that is a high coincidence that they would theorize the whole thing and it actually happened about 5 months later. Do you believe in coincidences? I don't. Things happen for a reason. So 2020, it was a great big training exercise. They got all of the data that they needed on how we all responded, emergency services responded, what the feedback was for all of that wind-up trigger stuff on social media, and they know exactly how to push our buttons. And let us know in the live chat, do you get triggered? Do you find stuff in social media which makes you friggin' incensed? You're not alone. It's being done on purpose because this is a psychological warfare experiment. Things haven't got real yet, but they are doing all of these things in place. So 2020 training program. What happened today with computer systems? Flights were grounded, etc. ATMs weren't working all over the place. It was different for everyone. So just because you haven't experienced things personally, it doesn't mean to say no one else in the world does. Loads of weird things have been happening. So let's remind ourselves about one of the evil players near the top.
Pay insufficient attention to the frightening scenario of a comprehensive cyber attack, which would bring to a complete halt to the power supply, transportation, hospital services, our society as a whole. The COVID-19 crisis would be seen in this respect as a small disturbance in comparison to a major cyber attack.
There you go. Coincidence? Maybe, maybe not. If you think what I've just showed you is make-believe, all you have to do is go into the World Economic Forum website and type in cyber attack and see the stuff that they've been publishing a year and 2 years ago. Then you will start believing, maybe, because all of these things, if you can see it, if you can step back and look at the bigger picture, all of these little things are being put in place. Yeah, it is building, and I'm sure lots of you guys and girls out there who are big with intuition, you can almost feel all of this stuff building. It's nuts, and you're not alone. You're absolutely not alone. So what happens when I've done the report the other day about what was going on near Dublin with those riots? Well, I don't know if you've heard, but you remember they tried to stop that migrant centre, which was planned to hold 500 migrants. They've set fire to it. It's gone. They've burned it down. It's crazy, the stuff that's been going on. It's absolutely bonkers, actually. So all of these things are fluid. They're all happening. They're all building. And if you look at some of the latest footage on Twitter about the stuff coming out of Ireland today, yesterday, it's insane. The amount of overwhelming support, the numbers of the crowd are growing huge, massively. We're talking thousands now, not just a few hundred. So it's quite clear that the power of social media, well, some people are calling it alt media, alternative media. So that would possibly include myself. I am definitely 100% not with the mainstream media, never have, never will be. But all we are trying to do is show the truth of what's going on, because the stuff which is going on out there is just absolutely bloody bonkers. And when we saw this guy being made Member of Parliament for the United Kingdom, yes, 100% on board with the World Economic Forum. One of the things which he was really keen to do is to get us into Europe. You know, where the majority of everyone in the UK voted to come out of Europe. We didn't want no part of it. And I agree. Europe is corrupt as hell. So if you want to see what would happen to Wales, England and Scotland, have a look at what's going on in Ireland right now, because that is a European country, Ireland. Look what's happening. Look at the Garda. Look at the censorship. It's so bad. You think it's bad over here in England and Wales? No way. So if this guy gets his way, who is indeed very good friends with the very evil Tony Blair, both of these are members of the Fabian Society. And if you don't know what that is, you can look back on some of my other videos, and I'm pretty sure if you ask some questions in the comments, they will probably enlighten you all about the Fabian Society and how bad it is. So if you thought that was bad enough, what about the king? He's also in bed with the World Economic Forum. So you're starting to see a picture now. All of these pieces are starting to fall into place. Excuse me. And what that means is bad news for all of us. Big time. So much so that we have been seeing riots. I remember someone asking in the chat earlier about the riots, and yes, I'm not joking. Things are really starting to heat up with the riots. Now, what I'm going to do, just quickly, it's literally a glossary of what's been happening, say about 4 months ago now. I had a good friend of mine. Some of you already know him. He runs a YouTube channel called Archaics. His name is Jason Brashears, and we have some moderators in the chat right now who also moderate and watch Jason. If you put the word errant in the chat, you will see the guys and girls who follow Jason. And I'll tell you what, if you want to really open your eyes and get educated about what's going on with chronology, things do repeat. You heard that term, history repeats itself. It's absolutely freaking true. Jason proves it. So much so that no one has the balls to debate him. Why? Because he's right. And he's proven so much of the commonly known stuff about history and that, it just ain't happening. Okay. Jason is on point. Like I said, no one has the balls to challenge him because he can back up everything. Now, when we done that live stream a few months ago, it was unbelievable. So some of you guys I know look into the book of Revelation, for example. Unbelievable. The second seal will be broken at the start or during the Paris Olympics, which is what? 8 days away. Yes. The breaking of the first seal was 2020. Okay. We are going to see huge fundamental changes globally in 8 days' time. Are you ready? What do you need to do to get ready? Well, if we got time, we can get onto that later. Or if not, ask me. And if you want to know, I can do a whole video just about what we need to do. Because I know not everyone is ready. Not everyone is $1 million prepper. I get it. I'm not either. I just try to do my best with what I know out there. And everyone's different. Everyone's situation, circumstances, experiences are completely different. So all of your plans should be individual. Okay. Don't follow every single word I say. They're just ideas. So if you want some help with all of that, let us know and we'll see if we can do something. If there's enough response, then of course, absolutely. I'm here for you guys and I will do that for sure. 100%. So going back to what Jason was saying, when the Paris Olympics starts, he is expecting global problems, especially in the West, with sharp implements, knives, daggers, etc. Short stuff, not the great big swords. Okay. From what is uncovered, yeah, it's not looking good. So what are we talking about? We are talking about the Trojan horse, which is coming to the West. And if you still don't know what I mean, and I know some of you are new to this, and it's fine. Okay, we've all got to start somewhere. It's not a problem. You got good friends in the community, right in the chat. Okay, he predicts it's going to kick off big time. So we're talking fighting age only male migrants, literally getting a call to arms and going out, causing carnage. Now, the majority of places where he anticipates this is going to be in cities. Okay, heavy urban populated environments. So in UK, you're looking at London, Birmingham, Manchester, Nottingham, Newcastle, Glasgow, all of the big cities. Okay, expect some big problems. Why? Because I've already exposed and I've shown all of the data of where all of the mosques are here in the UK, and they are all in big cities. Yeah, let that sink in. Crazy. Now, I really hope and I pray that nothing happens. I really do. There's no way I want this to happen. And some people out there, I don't know, they're a bit mentally unstable. They'll say, I can't wait for this to happen. Really? Would you really want this sort of stuff to happen? Because let me tell you this, if you think you're ready, you're not. You're absolutely not. Because the stuff which Jason was talking about It's quite scary stuff. Now, I already know of people that I know personally who are going to be away during the Paris Olympics. They are already going to be away. And personally, I would rather err on the side of caution than to hope everything's going to be all right. So if you didn't know, we're looking at these dates. Friday, the 26th. Yes. Unbelievable. Guess what? It's next week. Next week, yes. And I think this runs for 16 days. The Paris Olympics. It's going to be massive. Huge. We've already done, not deep dives, but we went down a few rabbit holes talking about the significance of water. It's the first time in Olympiad history that it's going to be on water, never in a stadium. Okay. And all of the Freemasons and stuff, it's the 33rd Olympiad too. So there's so many things twinned in and pushed in to the Paris Olympics. But what Jason uncovered with chronology going back in time, the amount of weird things that have happened, which is correlated to come to this as a warning. Yes, I'm certainly taking the guy seriously. I absolutely am. So we've already seen this start. Okay. Now I'm going to show you a few things. Not everyone knows, but it's quite frightening. This is already starting, like I said. Right. Here is one which is quite unsettling. I'm just going to pop to see if it's coming out. Good. Rightio. I'm going to turn the volume down. And yes, this is Marble Arch Station just 2 days ago, day before yesterday. Now, I never thought I would see that in a million years in London, but we are seeing it. And there is things which I'm not going to be posting because it's talking in a foreign language, and all I can go by is what's been translated, and it's not good. I don't want to be broadcasted on YouTube, but basically it's literally guys walking down the streets in the UK, excuse me, and they're literally calling for violence. Yes, quite scary stuff actually. All of these things are culminating. So when Jason said stabbings during the Olympics, do you know how bad it's been getting already? Well, let's have a little look. We're going to go through it in quite quick. Look at this. This is today. An after-party stabbing at a Mayfair club. This is in London. Look at this. City councillors imposed a 1-month suspension of the licence following a meeting at Westminster City Hall. Documents submitted to yesterday's licensing committee said a fight involving 15 people ended up with a man being stabbed in the stomach. I know. And I'm going to show you some more, because it's not until you start to see the picture build, it's quite crazy what's going on with the massive increase in knife crime in the UK within the last 3 days. Shocking. Check this out. A tragic fatal stabbing of Tommy Boom in Northampton. This was today. The incidents happened in the early hours of Thursday, so this was yesterday, just after midnight, and a 30-year-old man died at the scene. It's all there. It's unbelievable what's going on. Like I said, we're going to go through these, and then we've got some free talking to do, because we need to start getting our act together now. Again, this was 10 hours ago. Briar Road in Romford. A man in his 20s has been stabbed. There's all of the particulars there. Air ambulance was called. There's a crime scene set up, and you got the forensics on scene. That was live as well. It's crazy. What else have we got? What about down in Boscombe Down sort of area? A stabbing. This happened, Christchurch, July the 18th. But there is some talk going on that no one was actually stabbed, but they're looking into it. So it's I would say unconfirmed, right, at this point. But nonetheless, it's still worthy to be pointed out, because it appears to be the case until we find out more. Again, this was 6 hours ago. Chafford 100 stabbing, 2 found injured. 2 people have been found injured after reports of a stabbing during a serious incident in South Essex train station. It just seems to be flavour of the month at the moment with all of these stabbings. And I didn't realise, because I've looked before and I've never seen the amount on a daily basis. It's crazy. Again, look at this. Britain's night of chaos as Leeds burns, London violence erupts, and a teen is stabbed. Unbelievable. Britain has endured a night of chaos after violence flared in both Leeds and London, while Greater Manchester, a young man was left injured when he was stabbed in Wigan. And of course, you've got that crazy person, Yvette Cooper, sticking a weird little 10-penny in. I'm sure most of us have seen some of the footage, what was going on in Leeds. Absolutely unbelievable. Excuse me. For context, I think there was 5 minors were retrieved from a family from social services, which was to be believed as a Romanian family, and it was traumatic. I've seen some of the footage and it's heartbreaking. And some of the locals saw what was going on. They come over and intervened, and it escalated real quick, like really, really quick. So much so that we've had all sorts of crazy things happen. We've had buses on fire, etc. And yeah, we can talk about that as well, because we've been talking about seeing these riots for this summer when winter was a thing. And here we are, summer, and guess what? As predicted, we are starting to see riots. But not only that, stabbings too. Look at this. Now, this is where it starts to get interesting, where we correlate towards the Paris Olympics. Paris police officer wounded in a knife attack, and the assailant was neutralized. So basically, neutralized means killed, usually shot dead. The French capital is already on high alert days before the Summer Olympics opening on the 26th of July. There's so much emphasis on the 26th of July. It's shocking, actually. They are doing everything they can to push that date. And some of you, if you've not seen it, I've done deep dives into all of this. But let's go to Le Mans and see something else. Now, this is quite interesting too. Here is Le Mans, and we got attacker stabs French soldier patrolling Paris ahead of the Olympics. Unbelievable. So as we scroll down, the 40-year-old suspect, a French citizen born in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Yes, this guy's got previous, it's been naughty before, but look at the latest. 30,000 police officers will be deployed for the Olympics every day. Look at this. Yeah, deploying around 30,000. Someone said 33,000, and we all know what the significance of 33 is too. Pretty crazy. 30,000 police officers each day for the Olympics, which will run from the 26th of July to the 11th of August, with a peak of 45,000 for the opening ceremony on the Seine River, or the River Seine. About 18,000 members of the military are also helping with security. Wow. Let that sink in. That is a hell of a lot of armed personnel in Paris alone, just in Paris. So what do you think is going to go wrong on that day? Do you think nothing's going to happen? Everything's going to be fine? Well, I need to show you guys this. Since the incident with the police and the soldier, things have developed. So we are going to be brought up to date with what's been going on with Associated Press, and we're going to roll V. So as you can see, they are taking it extremely seriously. Personally, I'm finding it hard to take seriously with that guy's beret, but that's just me. But all joking aside, it is pretty crazy. Now, we've also talked about something happening the day after the start of the Paris Olympics. So whether you Love him, whether you hate him. Here is the latest about the big protest. And I mean, this protest is being talked up so much. It's literally gaining massive momentum. We're talking about the 27th. Now, if you don't know, we're going to hear from the man himself. So we're going to roll and we are going to listen to what's expected about the day after the Paris Olympic kicks off on the 26th.
And I've been all over the world, to be honest. I haven't been home. And thank you again, Danny, if you're watching this. I know you do watch them. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to take my children to Germany. I hadn't seen them for a long time. Even though we lost, we had a wonderful few days. I'm out again now. So what's the purpose of this message? We have the biggest event. The 27th of July is going to be the biggest day, I'd say, in my activism, in my life. Okay, I've had a lot of important dates, a lot of high-profile dates. 27th of July, there's none bigger. So if you're one of the people who's followed me through thick and through thin, through the English Defence League, outside court cases, the Old Bailey, travelled to Telford, to Rotherham, to all of these spots to raise awareness, to highlight issues, you've all played your part, yeah? This isn't just my biggest day, it's yours. It's the biggest day of our lives and of our activism. Now, if anyone turns up and attempts violence, they're ruining it, not just for me, but for you. They're taking your voice. So please, lads, if you're listening to this, yeah, please make sure every one of the lads you're coming with, if you've got 10 lads, 20 lads, 50 lads, make sure everyone understand this point, okay? The point is, we lose if we act aggressively and violently, okay? Even in the face of provocation. We have to rise above it. Everyone is going to be out to make us fail. Do you know what was a success last time? When we walked past and up on the stairs were some left-wing activists trying to provoke reaction, and everyone just waved at them and walked past. And how satisfying that was for me. Because you see, as you watch on, when I say the organising going into this event, we have 5 different singing groups, okay? We're putting on a concert in Trafalgar Square, okay? A pro-British patriotic concert where we are going to expose a level of corruption you cannot believe exists, okay, in our country. I'm going to show you it, okay? We've got some fabulous guest speakers travelling from far and wide, America, Canada. We've got lots of guests. We've got an important message to give. Please don't ruin it for us, please. Control how much you drink. I'm not saying you can't have a drink, it's a day out, okay? We're not enforcing Sharia. All right, but what we are asking, lads, you know, every group, I was probably the fiery one amongst our group. Every group of lads has that fiery one. Get him in line, right? Make sure he's in line. Make sure you understand the consequence. You see, if we pull off this day, which is the costs of it are insane, yeah? The workload going into it is insane, right? We need it to be a success. The entire world's eyes are on us on the 27th of July. The entire world. We're releasing a new song. I'm releasing a book as well, yeah? My new book, which is going to expose. You know when people say they, who are they? Who are they? It's going to expose who they are. It's going to go in detail into who they are and how everything that you're watching play out is planned. It's called Manifesto, but there's lots of things coming, yeah? There's a song being released on that date, okay? It's going to be a fabulous day. Look how good the 1st of June was. Why was it that good? Because no one failed us. So lads, you see if there was any infiltrators that turn up in all black, wearing face coverings, take their face coverings off. All right? Lads, don't turn up wearing face masks, please. Okay? If you feel the need to cover your face, I'd say don't come. Yeah, that's what I'd say. Do not send the wrong image. The world's eyes are on us, yeah? I know every person is important, and I know, and do you know what else I know? Do you know in 2009 I put a balaclava on and ran through the streets of Luton because I knew nothing else, because there was no voice for us. There was no voice for us, okay? We've built that voice now. We're going to have the biggest voice we've ever had on the 27th of July. With over 1 million people going to watch us live. The world's alternative media are coming to London. We've got a voice. Let us use it in the right way, please, lads, yeah? Make sure you stress this to everyone you talk to. Make sure, please, to the football lads who are coming, you behaved impeccably. You sent a message to the world, yeah? Do it again. Let the European clubs look on and see the unity amongst every football supporter in Great Britain for the love of their country and the love of their culture. Unite the Kingdom is the banner we're going under for the 27th of July. Unite the Kingdom. And we're going to unite the Kingdom. And we're going to strike fear. You know, they say strike fear into the heart of the disbeliever. Strike fear into the establishment by behaving yourself, conducting yourself like English gentlemen. Okay? Now I'm out of breath. I needed that workout. Get in the gym as well. I weigh 83 kilograms, man. I've let myself go.
So there we have it. There is going to be lots going to London on the 27th. There is going to be lots going on in the Olympics on the 26th. In and around all of these times, we could be seeing so much trouble on the streets of the UK and possibly in the West as well. I don't really think it's going to be isolated just to the UK. So, like I say, it doesn't matter if you like that guy or you don't like him. It doesn't matter. If you wanted to go along, like he says, do not wear face coverings. Don't make yourself look like an Antifa guy, okay? Because they are nothing to compare to all of us guys who are going to be going there, okay? It's going to be very heavily policed. Very heavily policed. Let me just check some of these things. Right, okay. Right, if you don't follow me on Twitter, sorry, X, you can. There's links underneath, and you can, where it says socials, I'm on Rumble and all of that stuff as well. So yeah, whatever you want, you can hit me up or follow on there if you want. And I'm just going to go through some of the retweets which I put on my Twitter page, literally just before I come on air. 1,666 in the live right now. Please share if you can. So this is what was going on in Leeds yesterday, and we all saw how quickly that spiraled out of control. We are, unfortunately, we are seeing things get worse, a lot worse. And like I say, this, I feel, is just the start of it. Wow, this, France and Spain is happening everywhere. This is Oxford Street. This is in London. Can you believe what you are seeing? Gee, imagine going down the shops in Oxford Street to do some shopping and then being amongst this lot. I just can't. This was 2 days ago. Absolutely shocking what's going on. This was unbelievable. The guy working with the yellow top is a Romanian refugee who is just doing some, I think is a delivery driver. Now, what I find appalling is some of these refugees from different countries, so these migrants, how they treat women. Look, what it's just unbelievable what he's doing. No respect for women whatsoever. It's just absolutely shocking. This was the harrowing scene of when these minors were removed from social services with the police, and then all of the riots kicked. I can't show no more of that. It breaks my frigging heart seeing that. This again was some guy who is live streaming the riots in Leeds. Unbelievable. The amount of people who just turned up, and the police were seen to be just running away, literally leaving the public to their own devices. I mean, wow. Really? Is that what it's come to now? When the going gets tough, the police get going? Unbelievable. Pro-Palestinian flags. This was in Peterborough. Again, this didn't get much coverage from the BBC during the time it was happening. Again, I believe this to be Leeds again last night. Whether we see any more pockets of violence again tonight remains to be seen. There's nothing on the wires as yet, but you never know. It only takes something little to spark off, and it could grow. This was a migrant guy who was stabbing someone, and this brave guy just literally just pushed him to the ground, ensuring he doesn't hurt anyone else. And I think they're waiting for the police to come. This is what we need, people. Anything happening like this, we need brave men and women to stand up and be counted. If you're just going to be standing there filming stuff on your phone, you're not actually helping. This guy's actually helping. Now, we need more brave souls like this to literally make a difference. Because if these freaking lunatics are allowed to just run around unchallenged, they are going to be hurting or probably killing more people. This was in Germany. Wow. Look at this in London. Can you believe that? Buckingham Palace in the background there. Wow. Yep. When you let all of these people into the country, they literally want to make it their own country. Any values that have been here before their arrival, they are not interested in. So yeah, they're going to make dogs illegal, pork illegal, drinking illegal, etc. And obviously the way they treat the women is just so disrespectful. It's just disgusting, but that's pretty much what they want. Oh, this was in Ireland when we said the migrant center. Apparently what happened is they tried to move migrants into this it was a crown paint factory stroke warehouse. They tried to move these migrants in at night time. Locals got wind of it, and then they set fire to the whole place. This was more stuff coming out around Europe of how cultural differences are now changing. This was Leeds when the police were just literally non-existent, and it was a free-for-all. You know, you can absolutely anticipate looting, petty crime, pockets of violence everywhere, no police, no order whatsoever. Unbelievable. This is another scary thing. We all seeing youngsters now, our youngsters converting to Islam, which is quite a shocking, scary thing, actually. But yeah, it's in our communities and this stuff is going on, and I just feel it's not being reported, it's not being talked about, and we have a duty to protect our youngsters. And looking at this, wow, looks like they've all been brainwashed by the look of it. These were Bangladeshi people who were protesting about someone in Pakistan, I think, or Bangladesh, who was killed, but they seem to be protesting here in London, which it didn't really make any sense. This was in Whitechapel, so you know, right to the seat of power here in the UK, making their voices heard. And there was all sorts of pockets of stuff going on during that incident as well. This is the thing I was telling you about, which I'm reluctant to play, because this guy with his speaker is literally calling for bad stuff. Non-Muslims who do not believe in their God cannot be saved from us. We will punish them. That was the translation, and this guy was blatantly walking through the streets in the UK shouting this message. So basically what he's hoping for is everyone that he's looking at are all of a sudden going to turn and be a Muslim, otherwise face the dire consequences. It's almost like this writing is on the wall as we get nearer to the Olympics. Like I said, it goes alongside with the feeling of all of this huge energy which is growing. And like I say, if you're intuitive, you're picking up on it. If not, You're probably seeing it and seeing it only. Again, we got some more footage of the terrible scenes that was happening last night in Leeds. And like I say, the police were absolutely on the back foot, ill prepared, outnumbered, no plan, and literally sitting ducks there. And they are literally trying to get out of the situation before their own lives were put at risk. And there they are. Bye, police. Off they went. Again, we're seeing more disruption with police property on the streets of Leeds. I believe this is not far around the area where the bloody hell, social services were involved. And this is blatant hatred towards the police for all sorts of reasons. Feel like they're not being represented. So yeah, all these foreign guys are just literally just taken over the place. Literally taking over the place. And all the time this goes unpunished, they're going to feel like they can do all sorts now. Their belief is going to get even stronger because none of this was challenged. What are the police doing? Unbelievable, really, when you think about it. And the thing is, when you see the kids getting involved as well, you know, shouldn't you have a responsibility to your kids to sort of lead by example? Well, what sort of example is this for the youngsters? All you're going to be doing is what's happened in the Middle East. The youngsters are going to be manipulated and brainwashed to carry on their whatever they're doing. It just doesn't end. Unbelievable. Like I say, this was in Leeds last night. This was 22 hours ago, but there is more. What was going on in Kulok when I've done that live stream, where loads of you subscribe to the channel, so I appreciate that. And like I say, I'll do everything I can to make sure that Ireland has a voice, because their freedom of speech out there is really being shredded, and it's just not right. And yeah, we are going to do whatever we can to expose the truth of what's going on. All of this footage is completely unedited, raw. It's not bullshit, not like what you see in the mainstream. And yeah, people are going out with their phones and recording what's going on. And from what I've seen, the Garda, which is Nazi police in Irish, they are literally doing themselves no favors at all. They really are not. And I see it's only a matter of time before their police stations get looked at, because the anger is building and nothing seems to be for the people. You know, the people are just not being heard. And like, you know, the police, they just doing their job. They're just doing as they're told. They can't get involved. Pretty much like soldiering. You know, you get your job and you do it. And that's it. It's the politicians that make the rules. And that seems to be what's going on. This guy, I believe the police are looking for, because he has actually been videoed setting fire to a bus. And when you look at the bus later on, the whole thing was ablaze. So yeah, you can expect some time inside for doing that. But like I say, this is just unedited raw footage. There's someone else who wants to go to prison, so he's showing his face there, thinking they can get away with everything. This is the thing what I was saying earlier. When nothing happens, they're just going to carry on. And this was, again, I covered this on the live stream, when the police cars in Ireland were just literally getting smashed to shit because the people have absolutely had it up to here with the police over there. And some of you guys saw this. Some guy just stood there. He wasn't doing anything. And then the police, well, the Garda, the Nazi police, just literally just laying into him. The guy's been restrained. There's no problem. And is that necessary? Honestly, these Garda, they're not doing themselves any favors whatsoever. one guy is under control. They don't need to do any more. And yeah, we got the little Hitler guy here. The one who's got a real big sack of spuds on his shoulder. This guy. Yeah. Wow. It's only a matter of time before they find out where these guys are. So. What? Right. Like I said, it's a big club. They're all in it. This is trending. We're going to show you this right now. All friends together. Yes, all part of the World Economic Forum. All following orders. All doing their jobs. That's it. The establishment. Yep. The people who, in the public eye, seem to be pulling the strings, but they are all following the script. They are all doing as they are told. 100%. Wow. The royal family. Yeah, butter wouldn't melt, would it? How privileged they are. And look at what's happening with the country. Yeah, okay. Look at that. Where's a £100 million diamond? Yeah, that's cool. Anyway, I don't know why they are showing all of that sort of stuff. So, wow, look at the time. So then, now that we've gone through that sort of stuff, what do we foresee happening between now and the Olympics? Just over a week. That's not long. A lot can change in a week. Look at a week that's just gone past. Look at the week that's just gone past. Can you believe it? Incidentally, when this global IT issue happened today, there wasn't many airplanes, were there? Most of us saw blue skies. It didn't take long for that to change, if you understand what I'm saying. All of these things, it seems to be every single day something's happened. Every day. It's like a fast forward version of Clown World, pretty much. We are going to see protests and riots. 100%. I would keep an eye on Paris this week. Maybe London too. I'm not sure about Manchester or Birmingham, but definitely London and Paris will be absolutely being worth keeping an eye on. If you live in Paris or London, really, really go careful. Okay, we need to make sure that we're alert at all times. It's common sense stuff. A good thing is situational awareness. So using your intuition, your instincts, your gut feeling. Something not right about that guy. He looks really shifty. He keeps looking around and he looks uncomfortable. Giveaways, things to be careful of. Is his hands hidden? Are in his pockets? I would try to get it into your head. Anyone you see in public with their hands in their pockets could be a potential threat. Why? Because you can't see their hands. You don't know what they've got in their hands or in their pockets. They could have anything, a knife or a gun or a weapon of some sort. You don't know. So try to get it into your psyche that when you're out and about and you see this sort of stuff, treat it as a threat and act accordingly. Okay? Don't make eye contact, stay away, etc. Don't do anything to inflame the situation. These sorts of things are going to be important as we move forward, especially if you're planning on going on protest or a riot, because all of a sudden, it's literally all of a sudden things will just start. You might get a bit of warning, you might get a bit of build up before there's a fight or something, but more often than not, something will happen really, really quick. If you want to protest or a riot, Try to stay on the outside. Don't get caught up in the middle of the street. Stay on the outside. Always make sure that you're looking around. Use shop windows as reflections to see if there's anyone approaching you from any angle. And just look around now and again. Don't make it look obvious, but just glance around, walking around, checking the reflections and stuff. Make sure that you're alert, because it's usually when things happen, police aren't going to be there at the time you're going to need them. You're going to need to deal with it yourself. Which brings me on to first aid kits. Now, how many people in the chat right now, even, how many of you know first aid? Do you know anything at all about first aid, medics, etc.? Because if you don't, I would say now would be a good time to start. There are plenty of videos on YouTube. I've done some before about first aid and what to do, what to put in your kit, what to leave out of your kit. Okay, it's really, really important, because we have to try and get it into our heads that when all of these bad things start to happen, no one's coming. No one's coming. Look what happened in Leeds. It was just a free-for-all. No one came. If you got injured, if you accidentally fell over, lost your balance, and 20 people just run over you, and you got all sorts of injuries, you know, we need to make sure that we can do the best with what we've got, rather than try and phone 999 and wait for God knows how long for help. Okay, it's not happening. We need to try and be self-sufficient as much as possible. All of these things seem to be coming on top at a rapid pace. Okay, like I said, there's people I know already during the Olympics, they're not going to be at home. They're out of the cities. They're going off on a camping holiday. They're going to visit friends in the countryside, whatever it is, not taking any chances. And I understand not everyone is in a situation where they can do that. So I would say stay indoors and keep an eye on YouTube or notifications and that sort of thing, because if anything pops, trust me, there's going to be live streams going on where the issues are, so we can be kept up to date. And you're going to be a lot safer if you was indoors, rather than, you know, spending a few hours down the main city, down the high streets or wherever it is, potentially putting yourself at risk. Now, like I said, I really hope that nothing bad happens. If nothing happens, I'll be so grateful that nothing happens, because the last thing anyone wants is injuries and unfortunately loss of life for some weird, spurious reason, which these perpetrators have in their fixed goals. Okay. Right, let me just check something here. Right, we're just checking things. I think there was something. Oh wow. Yeah. People, it started. We're going live to Ireland right now. Gee whiz, are you kidding me? Just 8 minutes ago.
Come on. Fuck.
Wow, that's that fire and that migrant centre we told you about. That's going to be no longer fit for purpose. We got more issues with that bloody Garda lot again. Pepper spraying people. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's going to be shown a lot. Unbelievable. What the hell? Oh, I'll see now. That's in Spain.
You know, there's not really much going on here, so we'll walk over this way and walk back over. Well, yeah.
Man in behind! Left off the left! Move! Move now! All right!
Right, that was some of the stuff that is going on in Ireland again. It looks like them guys are just not backing down for what's going on. It's bloody crazy. So yeah, to summarise then, Paris Olympics. So it's going to be next Friday until the 11th of August. If you do have to go out in populated areas, just be really, really careful. Make sure you've got a plan as well. So if anything goes crazy, lots of people start shouting and screaming, people running around, you need to figure out where the noise is coming from and move as fast as you can away from that area. Common sense stuff, basically. In extreme cases, if you feel that you need to leave your home, already start thinking about the things that you are going to be taking with you. I would guess that if you did have to do this, let me come out of the chat, it's just too disruptive. If you did have to do this, think of it like you're going to go away for a week or two. Okay, so what would you pack to go away for a 2-week holiday? Okay, so maybe some clothes, bare basic stuff, don't go crazy. You only want clothes that's going to keep you like for 2 or 3 days, then you can wash and dry them. Don't go taking 2 weeks worth of clothes. That's just retarded and ridiculous. So just 2 or 3 days worth of clothes. Cash, if you've got any cash in the house. Documents like medical documents, ID, birth certificates, really good, solid, important documents and information. Take that with you. Maybe, well, if you've got music on your phone, that's going to help. Food as well. If you want to take some food with you, absolutely. Make sure that you can get to all of these things quickly. And should you need to get it into your car, make sure you've got everything ready in the room nearest to the door you're going to use to get to your vehicle. Okay. What you don't want to do is to spend an hour or two loading up your car with loads of bad stuff going on. You want to get everything centralized in one room, plan what you're going to take, make a list, all of the things that you're going to need, put them in that room. Once it's all there, you literally double check the house, shut all the power off, lock everything down, lock everything, shut all of the curtains, etc. And literally load the car, lock your door and go. It's the easiest, quickest way to do it, because all the time you're spending packing your car over a long time, it's going to draw attention. If you pack your car within 1 minute, great, brilliant. That's perfect. The quicker that you're done and you're out of there, the better. Because if you do need to, if we do start to see pockets of violence going through towns and cities, you want to make sure that you're going to be one of the first out of there. You don't want to be the guy or the girl to dilly or dally, not sure what to do, etc. Always make sure you've got a radio. Try and get an analog radio. Don't get a digital one. They're crap. They're so useless with multiple areas, you just won't get a signal. Get the old-fashioned, cheap radios. I've got one here. Had it for years. Does all sorts, okay? It's got a hand crank on there. It's got a solar panel on the back. You can charge your phone with it, etc. I'm not paid by these guys. It's just the one I had for a long time ago now. And it's the Solar Crank KA500 by Kato, because you're going to need to know the latest up-to-date information. Absolutely. Also, if you are on the move, you have to think of water, because if you're going somewhere and it's not a house, so you're going to a camping site, etc., how much water do you think you're going to need for a day, 2 weeks? How many? Is it going to be you and your partner, a couple? Is it going to be a family? Are you taking the kids with you? If you're just going to go away for a couple of weeks and hopefully when all of this chaos calms down over the Olympics, water's important. These things are good. You can literally undo it, put it into any stream or river, and you pump it and you get clean water which comes out of there, and it won't do you any harm. 5,000 litres. You can get those. And if some of you are really keen, you can get these vacuum sealed filters that go inside them. They guarantee them for a minimum of 10 years. All of it's made in the UK. And if you're interested, there are some left. There is a link below. I think it's 10% off. And that is valid until the end of, I think it's August. Okay, so if you are new here, and I think there was 1,863 new people join the channel. If you haven't got access to clean, safe drinking water on the move, you get one of these, 5,000 litres. That's going to sort you and your family out for quite a long period of time. And it's so easy to do. The Lifesaver Cube. Brilliant. Lots of us are getting them now, because the good thing about them is they're small. You don't, if you want to, you can get these jerry cans. They're huge. I've done a video on that last year. It does 20,000 litres. They are expensive. These ones, they're awesome. 5,000 litres of clean, safe drinking water. Any dirty water, toilet water will do. Anything's fine. You can fill it up, pump it, it pressurizes. You turn the tap and it comes out, and you can drink clean water anywhere you go on the move. They're excellent, especially when weather's like this. You're probably going to need to drink more water than you realize. So you don't have to, but if you want to save money, now would be the time to get them, like lots of other people have. They're seriously cool. So we're going into the chat and we're going to have a look. Right. Yeah, 8 days' time, the Paris Olympics starts. If you're new, watch my other videos. We're expecting some big problems in the West, okay? Fighting age male migrants running amok with knives. And it's already started. People have already died already. So it's just warming up. So we need to be vigilant. We need to be vigilant. Here we are. 26. Ham radio and CB. Yeah, good way of comms. Citizen band radio is good. It's really cheap. Ham radio is a freaking nightmare. You have to go and do a license. You have to get qualified. The kit's quite expensive, and lots of the people, amateur radio, they're just different. You know, it is what it is. Someone said, Christine said, jerry cans are out of stock. Do you mean fuel jerry cans or the Lifesaver jerry cans, which are bigger than these? If it's fuel jerry cans, you'll always find them online. But try and get good quality ones. Don't get the cheap ones. They're crazy. We're just going through. Right. Nice one, Steve. Steve's got one of these as well. In fact, lots of the community are getting these now because at the end of August, the price is going to go up. So it's always good to save a bit of money as well. Awesome. I'm looking at the chat and there's a lot of retards in here. I don't know if the moderators agree. Oh my God, there's some people in here. Brain of a rocket or some of you lot. Anyway, not all of you have, obviously, but you know what I'm talking about. Some of them in here. Wow, unbelievable. Right. Oh, cool. Thank you for that support, sir. That really is appreciated because the shadow ban is ongoing. Hare Hills and Leeds is becoming a no-go area. Well, is it that bad? Jeez. I know there's places in Nottingham and Birmingham which are no-go zones as well. It seems to be getting worse. So yeah, thank you for that, John, bringing that to the attention. Any of you guys are in Hare Hills up there in Leeds, watch your back. Oliver, thank you for your support to the channel. Debbie Todd, thank you. And Faith K. Jones, thank you very much for your love and support. Really appreciate that. And as ever, Carl McPhee, you're an absolute legend. We got Susan, Nadia, and Roy. Thank you so much for your support over on PayPal. Really, really means a lot to me because, yeah, we are up against it. Us guys who are doing these videos, it is not easy. So what we are going to be doing is on Monday, I will be putting a newsletter out. Now, that is going to be off the back of quite a bit of research over the course of Sunday. Okay, so I'm going to try and get it as up to date as I can, even going into Monday itself, because there's always going to be something. There will be a free newsletter going out to over 6,500 of you who have signed up. If you haven't yet signed up, make sure that you do it before midday on Monday at the very latest, and then you'll get that free newsletter delivered to your email inbox. If you don't know how to do it, if you click more or tap more at the bottom of this video, a big box of information will come up, and if you look through there, it will say mailing list. Click onto that. All you want is a name and an email address. Real simple. Excuse me. Real simple. Okay, very, very easy to do. And once you sign up to that, it's all free. You will get newsletters as and when they come out. 6,426 went out the other Monday. Okay, so sign up. You don't want to miss out because there's going to be lots of information on there which I can't really talk about on here. And God forbid if I did get banned like Richard Vobes did for a week, I think it was, I can still get newsletters and information out to you guys, giving you the heads up, because I've got 136,000 subscribers now, and the amount of information that gets handed to me is insane. It's pretty bonkers having all this information coming in, going through it, debunking it. A lot of it's bullshit. Some of it is pretty frightening. But what we do is we try to use our intuition to go through there, filter out the crap, and to give you the best, latest intel that we can find on the internet. Okay, so if you want to sign up for that, it's free. Like I said, underneath the video, you will find all of that information along with everything else. There's discounts on torches, water purification, there's battery backup power banks, there's mosquito repellent things for your campers. There's so many things. Okay, so if you wanted to, do yourself a big fat favor, look at the description box under the video and you will see lots more information on what we're talking about here. All right, it really helps. And if you can share the video, I'm not joking, it would mean loads, because what that will do is lots of people will be able to see this video. Okay, lots of people will see that video, and we all know what happens when lots of people see the video.
I'd buy that for $1.
Absolutely, too right. Let me just go through this. Right. That's cool, because we all know what the World Economic Forum said in January. If you didn't know, here is a very short outtake of the Davos conference in January. These are the biggest threats to the World Economic Forum for the next 2 years. And we are already seeing the start of it already right now. It's absolutely true. And I want you to listen to this very quickly.
For the global business community, the top concern for the next 2 years is not conflict or climate. It is disinformation and misinformation. Followed
100%. Absolutely. When I said earlier that people are becoming unsubscribed, they go to hit the thumbs up and it's not working. They go to look at the description box and they can't do it. Nothing opens up. They type a comment and they go back to read it and it's gone. Even I, believe it or not, when I go into YouTube Studio on my phone, and when live stream is finished, I tend to go through about 10 or 20 of the first people who comment, and then I just haven't got time. I just have to leave it. I can't even reply to comments on my own frigging video in the YouTube Studio app. I can't. I am being blocked on my own frigging channel. We have people who have been unsubscribed. So if you can, if you remember, can you do one thing for us? Go and see if you're still subscribed. Because I've got a lot of people who told me they were unsubscribed and they were wondering why I haven't been doing any videos for a while. I try and do 1 or 2 videos every single day, and then they weren't notified at all. So shadow ban is very, very real. So if you can support, I'm not joking, it bloody helps big time, because trying to do this when they take 40% out of the way, it's insane. Speaking of which, Anthony, I really appreciate your help. I appreciate that, dude. Thank you so much indeed. And that's looking like where we are. Are you ready? Are you ready? Should all of this shit start happening in no less than 8 days' time now? We are going to be monitoring the Paris Olympics very, very closely. The opening ceremony is going to be just unbelievably, mind-bogglingly, satanically, hidden messages, ritualistic, like beyond belief. Okay, we are going to be shocked about this opening ceremony. Okay, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you haven't got a clue, that's fine. I urge you to watch the London 2012 Olympics and see if you can correlate between what happened on 2012 then and what happened in 2020. Basically, everything that happened in 2020 was already shown in a ceremony 8 years before. 8 years. There's that number 8 again. What is it with the number 8? When you flip it 90 degrees, it's an infinite symbol. These things happen and carry on happening. They repeat. And we are going to see some big shit during the time of the Paris Olympics, 8 days away. So I would leave it up to you of what you plan to do. But if you do think you might have to leave quickly, why not make a list? What would you take with you? Can you get it in the car? Have you got enough fuel? All of these things, you know, make sure you take your phone charger, etc., so you can stay in comms, all of that sort of thing. What about if you have to defend yourself? Another good tip is a magazine, a thick magazine from a shop or a doctor's waiting room or whatever it is. You can put it around your forearm and gaffer tape around it. It will probably be something like about 10 millimeters thick. Okay, if someone comes at you with an edged weapon, you can just go like that and it will not penetrate that magazine. It will cost next to nothing and it can save your arm being completely opened up. Little things like that. Honestly, there's so many things you can do. I know most of us are struggling financially. It doesn't have to cost the earth. You don't have to go on eBay and spend £300 on right padding equipment or whatever. You can use bare basic stuff and it will work. Okay, even a book taped around you. If someone was to whack a knife into, there's a book there, it's not going in you, it's going in the book. Wear it underneath your clothes if you really, really have to. like I say, we are going to be looking into more details as we get nearer to next Friday. Okay, so I want all of you to make sure that your head is on a swivel. Okay, you're making sure you're listening, you're taking things in, and try to filter out the bullshit using your intuition, your gut feeling. You know, that Trump shooting, the whole thing was staged. I don't give a shit what you think. That's my opinion. And I'm not putting any energy and effort into that. It's a sideshow. There's more important things going on than that frigging pantomime bloody Trump shooting thing. It's nonsense. Complete frigging sideshow. Don't fall for it. So I'm going to be seeing you guys on Monday. All right. So I'm going to be trying to do a live stream in the morning, a newsletter for midday, and a live stream in the evening. And we're going to see what latest information we can to help us plan, prepare for uncertain times as we move forward in time. Tim, born outside, situational awareness. Nailed it, son. Absolutely. Right. You guys take care. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the mods as well. The mods are awesome. Clean and Rachel, cheers, honey. Thanks for all the hard work. Really appreciate it. And yeah, everyone who supported tonight, I'm not joking. And on the replay, you guys are awesome on PayPal. You literally keep my ass afloat with this shadow ban. But we're going to crack on. We're going to move forward. Then we're not going to be scared. No. This isn't the time to be scared. This is the time we need to frigging grow a pair and do something. Right. You guys take care. Thanks for watching and stay